Hey everybody, welcome to our little video. I want to thank everybody who's given money to this GoFundMe page. I really appreciate it. Now, I know some of you are considering giving more. Some of you are maybe new to the page and you're looking at this video for the first time. I thought it might be kind of fun to do a little video so we can show you what we're talking about when we want to do some repairs to this memorial. It's been around for 50 years, believe it or not. In 2026, we'll be celebrating its 50th birthday. That's a really significant time for a memorial like this. That is 50 years worth of memories for the Sterling area people. There are people who've come here and they first learn about what a veteran really is at this memorial itself. So we're going to go through this video. I'm going to show you a little bit about what we've got to do to get this thing running and honestly where your money's going. So but before we get to that, what I really want to do is I want to hear from the veterans themselves, find out a little bit more about what this veteran means to you, or what this Veterans Memorial means to them. So I asked the veterans, what does this memorial mean to you?
What this memorial means to me is it's a tribute to those who have served, our veterans here locally in the Sterling, Virginia area, as well as veterans nationwide. Tribute to those who have served, and really memorial to those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. And I really think this is a better tribute, a better property to dedicate to those who have served and their families. That's what that here with this memorial.
Well, hello, and thank you for joining us. I would like to thank everybody that's donated for this memorial, that's helped us. As you can see, or you will see, there's a lot of work that needs to be done here. But this thing has been here for 50 years, or at least it will have been by Memorial Day, when we plan on having it fixed up. What it means to me is every time I drive down Sterling Boulevard, I see these flags and I see these slabs with the emblems of our services and branches, and I get a sense of pride knowing that Sterling Park has contributed throughout the country's history, even dating back to the Revolution. We've had people in this area that have helped fight for this country. So it's a great piece of pride for me to see this and to be involved in helping to support it and clean it and maintain it. And it's also a nice reminder of those who have paid the price. As you may see in this video, there's a stack of bricks behind leading up from the street to here, and those bricks are placed in remembrance by family members and friends of people that have served. And it's an amazing thing that we can come here and grab a piece of the history of Northern Virginia, specifically Sterling. So if you haven't supported this, I encourage you to get behind us and help us get this thing fixed up. It hasn't been worked on in a long time, and it's ready for an overhaul, and we're going to celebrate the 50th anniversary in big style next year. So I hope you can at least come out and join us. If you can't donate, support us by spreading the word. And thank you for your time.
So I'm standing here with Ed. We are going to talk about the issues with the ground and what all has to be done. What has to happen here?
As you can see, we need to basically wipe the slate clean. There's a lot of weeds growing. It seems to be a constant issue we've had. We've done our best to try to maintain this memorial and keep it clean. And as you can see, these weeds keep sprouting up. So what we plan on doing now is to wipe the slate clean. Go down, honestly I don't know exactly how far, whether it's 6 inches, 8 inches.
I thought he said 1.5 feet, but something like that. It was quite a bit, quite a distance.
For example, maybe a foot deep. And clean out whatever has been here for years, because that's the cause of the weeds that keep growing. We wipe it out clean. Again, it's going to take a good piece of digging to clean all the weeds out. And once all that is done, then we can resurface with the appropriate filling, whether it's dirt plus mulch however we want to plan it, but at least the slate will be clean, and we'll be in a position to have this thing remain clean and not have this weed growth that we have now. As you can see, there's a lot of overgrowth, which will be part of our cleanup. But some of these plants that are actually in good shape, we can reuse. So we hope to replant those once we get everything set up as we hope it will be down the road as we move forward. But as you can see, it's a good piece of landscape here that needs to be cleaned out. It's a good 20-25 feet in either direction, plus how deep we have to go. So it's a project to clean this up. And as we move forward toward the street, there's some overgrowth of some of these plants that really are kind of like an eyesore now. They're not, I don't think they're serving the purpose as we had planned that years ago. So to remove those and maybe replant something possibly like this up front, so it's down low to the ground, so folks on the street driving by, walking by, have a good picture and a good view of the memorial here without having an obstruction of overgrowth by some of these plants and trees we're seeing. That's pretty much the bulk of what needs to be done. Again, step one is to clean it all out and then reapply, have a nice clean piece of landscape for everybody to view and appreciate.
All right, so we're out here talking about the brickwork. And here with me, we have Legion member Brian Grover. Brian is going to tell us about what needs to be done with the brickwork. Brian, what's the problem with the brickwork?
Well, Brian, as you can see, if you pan down here, this is just the beginning of the walkway. We have a walkway that goes all the way up to the main memorial. Bricks are falling apart. They're cracked all over the place. Some places, as you come through, you can see are a lot worse than others, like this one. And obviously, some places stick out more than others. These bricks have been here for a long time. They need to be replaced. There's cracks and breaks everywhere. Weeds are growing through in different places. But more importantly, on this part of the walk, is we have a memorial bricks up here, some of which need to be replaced, but we also need to put in new bricks for people that are waiting to add bricks for their loved ones. And this is our history. This is the history of Sterling, Virginia, Northern Virginia, and the people that have served this country, some with their lives, some came home, but not everybody did. And this is the history that people can come and visit, and they can pay respects at the memorial and honor their loved ones and others that have gone before them. But as you move up, we have additional brick problems that we need to take care of, and we need to get the experts to work on it. For example, this platform upon which all of our service logos are sitting, it's broken everywhere. All along here, there's pieces that are falling off. The bricks around the corner, they've all broken and fallen into the grass behind us. It goes this way all the way around. You can see it everywhere, and it's especially bad down on the far end where the bricks have been destroyed so much over time that they're just a jagged mess. These are pieces of brick laying in the bushes back there. So we need to spend some of this money while we're revamping this whole thing on replacing the brickwork and putting in new memorial bricks. And that's why we're asking for the community's help and fixing up this memorial for the 50th anniversary. Thank you for your support.
All right, so one of the very important things we want to talk about is these granite slabs. Now, these granite slabs have been here for 50 years, and actually I think they're holding up quite well for saying they're 50 years old. I mean, I'm over 50 years old. I'm not holding up anywhere near as good as these granite slabs are. But just like anything that's over 50 years old, there's a little bit of staining. As you can see, the staining here actually comes from the weather over the years, and you can see it kind of comes down from the back of these, and then it stains down. Now this, we've tried to get this off in the past. We've tried to pressure wash it. The issue is that the pressure washing doesn't necessarily work. There's a special chemical that's actually designed to remove this, and we're hoping it can remove it this time as well. Another interesting element that we have on these is these brass plaques. Now, if we go over to this Department of the Army, if we move over here, you can see we've got Department of the Navy, and then on the other side we have the U.S. Coast Guard and the United States Air Force. Now, those of you who have been paying any attention probably know that at this point in our lives, we have another service as well. When the memorial was built, the Marine emblem actually ended up below the Department of Defense emblem as well. So what we have to do is to make this right, to make it up to date, and to make it applicable to future generations. We want to take that Marines logo, the Marine emblem, and we're going to move it under here to the Department of the Navy. Don't fight because we're putting one over the other, okay? It's all right. Don't worry about it. It's okay. And then over here on this side, what we're going to do is we want to put a Space Force emblem right under here. Now, if you're tracking and you understand what I'm talking about, you'll realize there's going to be a blank spot here. So what we're looking to do is maybe put another placard down there, maybe a POW MIA or something along those lines to commemorate that as well. One other aspect we wanted to talk about is what you can't see underneath the ground where we're all standing, and where we've talked about things that need to be done. There's water lines, there's power lines, there are things like that that are going to have to be upgraded and moved around and made more secure for the future. Now, all this can be done, and we've made some headway, but what we're asking for is your help, because we still do have a lot of work that needs to get done, and it all costs money. We've done what we can. This has been maintained for 50 years. It's in pretty good shape overall, with the exception of the things that I talked about, the things that my friends talked about. With your help, though, you'll get us over the finish line, and we're going to have this thing looking pretty great for the next 50 years. Thank you. So we've talked a lot about the memorial today. We've heard from some of the members of the Post. We've seen the gardens, the things that have to be done. We've seen the brickwork that has to be done. We've seen these pieces of granite behind us, which need quite a bit of work. However, sometimes it's good to hear it from not just me, but you hear it from other people as well. But I have the pleasure of sitting down and talking with the Post Commander, and we're going to talk a little bit about the memorial and what it means to him. So, Pat, tell me, what does this memorial mean to you? So we're sitting here at this memorial, and we're looking at everything that needs to be done. But I would argue that this memorial is actually more than just brickwork, garden, and granite stone. There's meaning behind this, isn't there?
This memorial is a place that I've taken my kids to for the last 15 years to celebrate and remember Memorial Day. I've been a member of the American Legion for the last 15 years, and like I said, I've brought my kids here. I've seen members of the community come out here over and over again. The community rallies here every Memorial Day to celebrate and remember fallen soldiers, those that we've lost. And it's a special day. I view this memorial as kind of an obligation that we need to continue, that we need to carry on. That we can continue to remember those that have come before us.
You mentioned the members of the community, and one of the things that always kind of strikes me is that you'll see one year you'll see a kid in a stroller, and the next year they're standing next to their parents, and the next they're a little bit older. There's an importance, I would argue, in seeing kids from a very young age moving through, older kids, in knowing why this memorial stands here. Is it correct?
Yeah. We actually had 1 year, one of our keynote speakers was one of the Cub Scouts who handed out bottles of water as a 10-year-old, as a Cub Scout, serving as a Cub Scout, handing out bottles of water, joined the military, served as a veteran, came back later and was the keynote speaker at our Veterans Day ceremony, talking about what Memorial Day meant to him as a veteran. So we've seen that full circle throughout our ceremony over the last 50 years that this ceremony's been around. This memorial's been around.
And there's going to be a big Memorial Day celebration coming up next year, correct?
Correct. I believe it's May 26th.
I think that's right. And this is where people's donations will go. This is where this is what they're supporting. They're not just supporting the brickwork. They're not just supporting the gardens. They're supporting, essentially,
The next 50 years.
couldn't have said it better myself. Well, Pat, Post Commander of Post 150 American Legion, thank you for your time. I appreciate it, and I appreciate everybody who took the time to watch this video. And we thank you very much for any donation you can give. Any amount of money will be put towards great purpose. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.